The Sufi Message of Hazrat Inayat Khan, Volume 2, The Mysticism of Sound, Centennial Edition. Rhythm. Motion is the significance of life, and the law of motion is rhythm. Rhythm is life disguised in motion, and in its every guise it seems to attract the attention of human beings. From a child who is pleased with the moving of a rattle and is soothed by the swing of its cradle, to a grown person whose every game, sport, and enjoyment has rhythm disguised in it in some way or another, whether it is a game of tennis, cricket, or golf, as well as boxing and wrestling. Again, in the intellectual amusements, both poetry and music, vocal or instrumental, have rhythm as their very spirit and life. There is a saying in Sanskrit that tone is the mother of nature, but that rhythm is its father. An infant, once given the habit of a regular time for its food, demands food at that time, although it has no idea of time. This is accounted for by the fact that the very nature of life is rhythm. The infant begins its life on earth by moving its arms and legs, thus showing the rhythm of its nature, and illustrating the philosophy which teaches that rhythm is the sign of life. The inclination to dance shown by everyone illustrates also the innate nature of beauty which chooses rhythm for its expression. Rhythm produces an ecstasy which is inexplicable and incomparable with any other source of intoxication. This is why the dance has been the most fascinating pastime of all people, both civilized and savage, and has delighted alike saint and sinner. The races which show a tendency for strong, accentuated rhythm must be vigorous by nature. Ragtime, which is so popular in these days, has come from the Negroes, and the syncopation in the secret of its charm and in the natural expression of their racial rhythm. The rhythm of ragtime arouses a kind of life among performers and audience alike, and it is the love of this life that has given such popularity to the jazz band. The dances among many wild tribes in different parts of the world show a most pronounced rhythm, which proves that rhythm is not a culture, but is natural. Among Europeans, the Spanish, the Poles, Hungarians, and Russians show the greatest tendency towards rhythm. The secret of the success of the Russian ballet and the Spanish dance lies in their exquisite rhythm. Among the Asiatic races, the music of the Mongolians is chiefly based on rhythm, it being more pronounced than melody in their music. In Turkish and Persian music, rhythm is also pronounced, and among the Arabs, the variety of rhythms is very vast. In India, however, the culture of rhythm has reached perfection. An expert musician in India improvises a melody, keeping the same time throughout the whole improvisation. In order to become a master musician in India, one must master thoroughly not only raga, the scale, but also tala, the rhythm. Indians as a race are naturally inclined to rhythm. Their dance, Tandav Nrit, the dance of the South, is an expression of rhythm through movement. In the Hindu science of music, there are 5 different rhythms which are generally derived from the study of nature. Chatusra, the rhythm of 4 beats, which was invented by the devas or divine beings. Tisra, the rhythm of 3 beats, invented by rishis, the saints. Khanda, the rhythm of 5 beats, invented by the Rakshasas. Misra, the rhythm of 7 beats, invented by the people. And Sankirna, the rhythm of 9 beats, invented by the commercial class. Mahadeva, the great lord of the yogis, was the dancer of Sandab Nrit, and his consort, Parvati, danced the Las Nrit. The traditions of the Hindus have as most sacred record the mystical legend of their Lord, Sri Krishna, as dancing with the gopis. The story relates how Krishna, the charming, youthful lord of the Hindus, was moving among the dwellings of the cowherds, and every maiden attracted by his beauty and charm asked him to dance with her. He promised every maiden that asked him that he would dance with her on the night of the full moon. On the night of the full moon there assembled 1,600 gopis, and the miracle of Krishna was performed, when he appeared as a separate Krishna to each gopi, and all of them danced with their beloved Lord at one and the same time. There is a tradition in Islam where music, dancing, and all amusements and light occupations are strictly prohibited. But on one occasion, it being a holiday, the Prophet called his wife, Aisha, to look at the dance and listen to the music of some street musicians. In the meantime, his great Caliph happened to come by and was shocked at seeing the Prophet, who had prohibited such things himself, permitting music in front of his house. When he stopped the music of the street players, pointing out to them that this was the house of the Prophet Muhammad, requested that they might continue, saying that it was a holiday, and there is no heart that does not move with the motion of rhythm. In the traditions of the Sufis, rags, the sacred dance of spiritual ecstasy, which even now is prevalent among the Sufis of the East, is traced from the time when contemplation upon the Creator impressed the wonderful reality of his vision so deeply on the heart of Jalaluddin Rumi that he became entirely absorbed in the whole and single immanence of nature. And he took a rhythmic turn which caused the skirt of his garment to form a circle, and the movements of his hand and neck made a circle. And it is the memory of this moment of vision that is celebrated in the dance of the dervishes. Even in the lower creation among beasts and birds, their joy is always expressed in dance. A bird like the peacock, when conscious of its beauty and of the beauty of the forest around it, expresses joy in dance. Dance arouses passion and emotion in all living creatures. In the East, and especially in India, where the life of people for centuries has been based on psychological principles, in the royal processions of the durbars and bearing of the drums is taken as the means of making an impression of kingly grandeur upon the minds of people. And the same beating of drums takes place at weddings, ceremonies, and at the services in the temple. Sufis, in order to awaken that emotional nature which is generally asleep in human beings, have a rhythmic practice which sets the whole mechanism of the body and mind to rhythm. There exists in all people, either consciously or unconsciously, a tendency towards rhythm. Among European nations, the expression of pleasure is shown by the clapping of hands, and a farewell sign is made by the waving of the hand, which makes rhythm. All labor and toil, however hard and difficult, is made easy by the power of rhythm in some way or another. This idea opens to the thinker a still deeper scope for the study of life. Rhythm, in its very guise, may be called game, play, amusement, poetry, music, or dance, is the very nature of one's whole constitution. When the entire mechanism of the body is working in a rhythm, the beat of the pulse, of the heart, of the head, the circulation of the blood, hunger and thirst, all show rhythm, and it is the breaking of rhythm that is called disease. When the child is crying and the mother does not know what ails it, she holds it in her arms and pats it on the back. This sets the circulation of the blood, the pulsations, and the whole mechanism of the body to rhythm. In other words, it sets the body in order and soothes the child. The nursery rhyme patty cake, which is known all the world over in some form or another, cures a child of fretfulness by setting its whole being to rhythm. Therefore, physicians depend more upon the examination of the pulse than on anything else in discovering the true nature of disease. Together with the examination of the beat of the heart and the movement of the lungs in the chest and back. Rhythm plays a most important part, not only in the body, but in the mind also. The change from joy to sorrow, the rising and falling of thoughts, and the whole working of the mind show rhythm. And all confusion and despair seem to be accounted for by the lack of rhythm in mind. In the ancient times, healers in the East, and especially those in India, when healing a patient of any complaint of a psychological character known either as an obsession or an effect of magic, excited the emotional nature of the patient by the emphatic rhythm of their drum and song, and at the same time making the patient swing the head up and down to the time of the music. This aroused the patient's emotions and prompted the patient to tell the secret of the complaint, which hitherto had been hidden under the cover of fear, convention, and forms of society. The patient confessed everything to the healer under the spell produced by the rhythm, and the healer was enabled to discover the source of the malady. The words thoughtful and thoughtless signify a rhythmic or unrhythmic state of the mind and balance, which is the only upholding power in life, is kept by rhythm. Respiration, which keeps mind and body connected, and which links the mind and soul, consists in keeping rhythm every moment when awake or asleep. Inhaling and exhaling may be likened to the moving and swinging of the pendulum of a clock. As all strength and energy is maintained by breath, and as breath is the sign of life and its nature is to flow alternately on the right and left side, all this proves rhythm to be the greatest significance of life. As rhythm is innate in humanity and maintains health, so upon rhythm depends all affairs in life. Success, failure, right acts, and wrong acts are all accounted for in some way or other by the change of rhythm. The instinct of flying in the bird is a rhythmic movement of the wings, and it is the same tendency of rhythmic contraction which makes the fish to swim and the snake to glide. A keen observation shows that the whole universe is a single mechanism working by the law of rhythm. The rise and fall of the waves, the ebb and flow of the tide, the waxing and waning of the moon, the sunrise and the sunset, the change of the seasons, the moving of the earth and of the planets, the whole cosmic system, and the constitution of the entire universe are working under the law of rhythm. Cycles of rhythm, with major cycles and minor cycles interpenetrating, uphold the whole creation in their swing. This demonstrates the origin of manifestation, that motion has sprung from the still life, and every motion, as a necessity, must result in a dual aspect. As soon as you move a stick, the single movement will make 2 points, the one where it starts and the other where it ends, the one strong and the other weak, to which a music conductor will count 1, 2. 1, 2 has a strong accent and a weak accent, one motion with 2 effects, each distinct and different from the other. It is this mystery that lies hidden under the dual aspects in all phases and forms of life, and the reason, cause, and significance of all life is found in rhythm. There is a psychological conception about rhythms used in poetry or music, which may be explained thus: that every rhythm has a certain effect, not only upon the physical and mental bodies of the poet, or on the one for whom the poetry is written, upon the musician, or on the one to whom the song is sung, but even upon the life's affairs. That is to say, the belief is that it can bring good or bad luck to the poet or the musician, or to the one who listens. The idea is that rhythm is hidden under the root of every activity, constructive or deconstructive, so that on the rhythm of every action the fate of the affair depends. Expressions used in everyday speech, such as "he was too late," or "it was done too soon," or "that was done in time," all show the influence of rhythm upon the affair. Instances such as the sinking of the Titanic and the amazing changes that took place during the late war, if keenly studied, can be accounted for by rhythm working in both mental and physical spheres. There is a superstition among Indians that when somebody present yawns, someone else who is present must either snap the fingers or clap the hands. The hidden meaning of this is that the yawn is significant of the slowing down of the rhythm, and that by clicking the fingers or clapping the hands, one is supposed to bring the rhythm up to its original state. A Muslim child, when reading the Quran, moves the head backward and forward. This is properly supposed to be a respectful bow to the sacred words that are read, but, psychologically speaking, it helps the child to memorize the Quran by regulating the circulation, making the brain a receptive vehicle. And when filling a bottle, one sometimes must shake it in order to make more room. This also may be seen when a person nods the head in accepting an idea, or shakes it when the person cannot take it in. The mechanism of every kind of machinery that works by itself is arranged and kept going by the law of rhythm. And this is another proof of the fact that the whole mechanism of the universe is based on the law of rhythm.